Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. It's a little bit crazy, isn't it? So you've got Warren Buffett, who used to have $40 billion invested in Bank of America, now doesn't have $40 billion invested in Bank of America. They've got about $31 billion invested in Bank of America. That brings them under the 10% threshold now. How they got there, how Buffett got there was he had sold off Bank of America shares, right? Because his holdings at the time made it so that he had to report his dealings with Bank of America on a daily basis. Then after that, he sold. Then after that, Bank of America raised how much they are actually doing. So what they wound up doing was buying back shares, which put Buffett back in the 10% arena, and he wasn't having that. So what did he do? He sold more. So he dropped it by over 25%. That's huge. That's huge. And then on top of that, on top of that, what he did was also sold, right? Wells Fargo, completely dumped Wells Fargo. And what was the other bank? There were two banks that he completely dumped on. One was Wells Fargo, and the other, it's gonna bother me. I don't have it at my fingertips at the moment. It'll hit me. At some point. But there were two other. It was Wells Fargo and another bank that he just sold out of, like brought them down to zero, saying that basically he has no faith in the banking system. To sell that much, he's almost out of the sector. I mean, he's only got 30 billion. I mean, when you think of in terms of Warren Buffett, $30 billion is not a big deal. They're down a lot. So I'm looking at the banking sector. You know how I feel about banks. And here's my thing, though. If banks would because they can fix the problems that I have with them. From a consumer's perspective, that can definitely be fixed. They're just choosing not to. Or they're kicking the can down the road. Those are the two things that I would think of. I'd be looking at it like that. So I'm just sitting back and I'm saying to myself, yeah, that's not cute, folks. That's not a cute thing, like at all. Actually, maybe I can find it in my notes because it's really bothering me that I haven't found it. JP Morgan was the other one. Wells Fargo and JP Morgan, zero, big fat zero. So that's huge. That's huger than huge. So when I sit back and I look at that, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. My big boy's home. Got it. Thank you. And so I'm just like, you guys to be kidding me. So what's the other thing that's on my mind? Everybody's talking about how $20 million was stolen from the United States. It wasn't. $20 million was stolen from a wallet that was tied to Bitfinex. That's what was stolen. That's where it was stolen from. Because I was sitting there and I was like, what are the chances? Right? So, and then everybody's like, oh, it was a hack. I don't know that it was a hack. You know what it would take, the computing power it would take to hack an account? People use the term hack like way too often. It's like a overarching word for everything. That's not what it means. Now, a phishing attack, a security attack, I can believe that. But a hack? Yeah, that takes some serious work. Hacking is a big deal. It does happen, but hacking is huge. So $20 million was stolen. And I'm like, yeah, that's painful. But it's from the 2016 hack. So it was kind of like they just didn't move it. They just seized it. They had control over the wallet, but they didn't move it from where it was. So it was snatched. So it's going to be interesting to see, how that plays out. Like, how did it happen? Where did it happen? Did it happen on Aave? Where did it happen? They'll start there and then they'll trace back. That's what'll happen. But I wanted to set the record straight on that because, everybody's like, oh, the U.S. government got hacked. The U.S. government did not get hacked. The U.S. government, in that case, did not get hacked. Radiant Capital had an exploit, and they saw $52 million stolen. Do you want to know what happened to that $52 million? Yeah, it was just moved over to Ethereum. Basically, the thief or thieves basically said, yeah, you're never getting this back. It's gone. They moved it from wherever it was over to Ethereum. The chance of it's more than bleak. It's more than bleak that they'll get that they'll recover that money. It's unfortunate. But one of the things that I speak about all the time, along with investment and security, investment and security, investment and security. Why do you think I'm starting to talk about fully homomorphic encryption? Investment security, investment security. That's why. That's why. So we've got to be paying attention to everything that's going on security-wise. Fully homomorphic encryption is the ability for you to work in a fully encrypted environment, right? When you turn on your computer right now, it is not fully encrypted. Not even close. But in a fully homomorphic encrypted computer or on one, everything is encrypted. Everything that you do, encrypted immediately. You're working within an encrypted environment. That's the difference. Then on top of that, there's quantum computing. So if you're going to have quantum computing, you're going to need quantum level fully homomorphic encryption. Actually, it's just called quantum homomorphic encryption, right? You're going to need that in a major fashion. Because quantum computing skills are so strong that a brute force attack is nothing. Cracking your crypto keys, nothing. You're talking about a whole new level of computing right there. A whole new level. So I bring that story to you for a couple of reasons. If you're paying attention, there are a couple of things that you could be paying attention to. What are the companies that are involved in that? Are they publicly traded? Can I invest? Those are the things that I'm kind of like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I want to know about that. I want to know about that. Why? Because it's a space that is going to grow. Security, crypto, security, high performance computing, security, automation, security, artificial intelligence. Security, 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 security. It is the ultimate pin play. It is the ultimate pin play. Everything over the next few years, you figure by 2030, you'll have about 5,000 quantum computers online. By 2035, you'll have more advanced software to run on those quantum computers. So by 2035, within 11 years, less than 11 years, right? You'll have fully blown out quantum computing. What does it take to get there? Power. Why do you think they're building all these small nuclear transactors or reactors all over the place? Why do you think they're, what else can we do to create energy from nothing on the cheapy? This is why. The level of computing that it's going to take to live our lives in the very near future is going to be ridiculous. Do you want to have flying cars? It takes math to compute that. You want to have self-driving cars? You want to know when it gets better? When you can do the mathematics behind that. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happens. A whole bunch of stuff that happens. And that level of computing, the same way when we got regular desktop computers for the regular person, and how that absolutely changed the world, quantum computing will do even more than that. We're talking about, little kids that'll be having, breakthroughs in cancer, like that kind of level of computing power. The advancements of quantum computing also means the advancements of the necessity for more security. And you can say that about each one of the burgeoning technologies that are out there right now. Each one. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Pay attention to security. Pay attention to everything that's out there. Why do I tell you about, this company being hacked, that this company being exploited, this being stolen, that being stolen? Because you need to be aware. A lot of people think, oh, well, my wallet's too small. I'm not gonna go for that. Nobody's gonna aim for me. Okay, but a few $1,000s here, a few $100s there, a few $1,000s here, tens of thousands there, millions there. It adds up. It absolutely adds up. Don't think just because you think you have a small wallet that somebody else doesn't want your wallet. Just saying. Pay attention to these things. Pay attention to these things. It's not a joke. It's very serious. When I tell you to keep hold of your keys, not your crypto, not your keys, not your crypto, yeah. It's a big deal. Security is a big deal. From the smallest things that you can do with regard to security, all the way up. And me, yeah, I'm looking at companies that, do security so I can invest. Duh. That's the one constant that's out there. Whether the market is up or down, security is security is security. Just saying. Just saying. I love my crypto. I'm not a fan of banks. Everybody knows that. But wherever I can secure my funds is wherever I can secure my funds. And my information. We're not just talking about crypto here when I talk about quantum computing and security and full of homomorphic encryption. It's not just, crypto and financials. It's everything that you do. That's why in my book, I talk about user sovereignty, the protection of your data. That's why this is important. But, that's just me. That's just me. But you know what we should do? Maybe I should remember to put on my my little watermark, which I didn't do this morning. But we should go over the numbers. That's what we should do. All righty, let me get my notes out of the way. All right, so let's start with the top 25 losers on the GMB crypto tracker. And right now, your losers only go up to here. And there's nobody. Oh, wait, what? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Right here. Boom. Whoa. Goldsius Maximus finally gives up some gain. Down 22%. Down 22%. It's 27% off its all-time high with a GMBX factor of 0.38x. This is the first time I've seen it down since it launched. Not to say that it hasn't gone down a little bit, but that's the first significant down that I've seen since its launch. And of course, Aerodrome Finance underneath that at 6%. I'm just sitting here and I'm just saying to myself, yeah, did you lose a little bit of steam? Profit taking is what I think. I think there's still a lot of steam left in that coin. I think it's profit taking. So I'm sitting back, I'm looking at this because I'm saying to myself, 63 cents here, 88 cents there. Does it have the strength to pull it out? Oh yeah. I think $1 is probably where Goldsius Maximus is going. So if you're looking at $1, that's a 37 cent raise. That's greater than a 50% gain if it hits $1 from right here at this point. If it hits $1, that's a greater than 50% gain. Why wouldn't I want that? Why wouldn't I want that? Where else are you going to make 50%? Everybody's looking for X's. Everybody's looking for, 5X, 2X, 3X, 5X, 8X. A 50% gain is very respectable. I'm not upset with that. If you got a 50% gain in your stocks and options and bonds and treasuries and all that good stuff, you'd be dancing the dance of joy. You really would be. So yeah, a 50% gain, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Just remember how I feel about, meme coins. Memes are going to go away. Now, that's actually that, and the idea of memes and where they're going. So there are memes, there are regular memes, and then you have coins that are under $50 million market caps. We're going to be discussing that in depth during the next Big Bagger meeting. I'll be setting up that date. Hopefully, I'll set it up this weekend. But I'll figure out a date and we'll do it. That's going to be mad interesting. I'm thinking that the Sunday after, because everybody's going to be tired. I'm thinking the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I'm thinking the immediate Sunday after Thanksgiving. I think it'll be a big deal. Let's go over to the top 25 winners. And the winners stop right here. Look at that. Everybody's in between. Ooh, just flipped. Look at that. Expanded by 1. Who's in here that we care about? Nobody. Nero's a new one that everybody's talking about, or a lot of people are talking about. It's up 12%. It's got a GMBX factor of 0.38x. It's down 28% off its all-time high. But look at that. When you look at this, there's nothing here. That means everybody's trading sideways. They're trading sideways. But it's that sideways that takes you from negative 5% to 5%. That's the range that everything's bouncing around in right now. That's where everything is. That's where the top 250 coins are. Now, about Gotius Maximus, I want you to think about this. Gotius Maximus was a brand new coin just a little while ago. We're talking like, what, a week? Week and a half? Like, seriously? And it cracked the top 250 coins. Like that. Cracked the top 100 coins. Like that. Sometimes you got to pay attention. Why did it happen? Well, Mark Andreessen cutting you a $50,000 check. That could do it. That could do it. Fear and Greed Index is at 72. DeFi Llama, we're looking at 95. Ooh, that's a big drop. It's about $1 billion drop. $95.298 billion in total value locked. Bitcoin, as you see it right now, we're above the 200-day moving average. You can see it right here. As you zoom in a little bit, you can see it right here. And hopefully we're going to test it and it'll continue going up. Volume is actually pretty good. So it's something to pay attention to. All right. When you look at it on the big board, let's do that. Again, this right here makes me immediately go, like when I'm in buy mode or sell mode, I immediately go to the GMB crypto tracker because it's going to help me make, some kind of decision out of this hodgepodge of winners and losers. That's how I'm going to be paying attention to things. I mean, Sui at $1.92. Yeah, I'm probably in. There's not even a probably. I'm probably in on that one. Near Protocol is doing well. BNB, ETH, BCH, BTC, Solana eking up. Just creep it up. Just creeping up. How long is it going to be before it hits 200? Not long. Not long at all. Can it do it by the end of the year? Yeah, absolutely can. If Bitcoin goes up, Solana goes up, and it crashes through 200. Remember, its high is only like 250 or something like that. We'll see its high over here. So Solana's high. Wow, look at that. It's like 260. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Right? It's like 259 and change. But yeah, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, yeah, that's an opportunity. Look at this, 81 billion compared to 86 billion. That's close to BNB. That's close to a flip. But don't count BNB out. BNB is a crazy strong platform. People have no idea how many coins are on BNB. Go do that research. I love BNB. When I first got into crypto, I was like, what the heck is BNB? What are you talking about? I'd opened up a Binance account and I was like, what's this BNB thing? What is this? Yeah, now, I'm all about BNB. I love BNB. But yeah, look at those numbers. And look how far USDC is from Solana. Now remember, that traffic on Solana, all that traffic on Solana, the bulk of it, memes. Watch last night's show. I was telling you about how the CTO of Solana wants to mimic a certain thing that Ethereum does that they don't have. And people are like, oh, Ethereum at 81 is going to surpass, Solana at 81 is going to surpass that guy at 306. You got a little ways to go. Little boy. You got some distance. You got some serious distance. And you've got to get through BNB. And you've got to get through Tether, who keeps growing. We're talking about some no-joke coins here. No joke coins here. But I can tell you this. I think it's quite possible for Toncoin to flip Doge. And if Toncoin flips Doge, it would also have to flip Tron at this point in time. It would also have to flip Tron. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, yeah, I could do that. It could absolutely do that. It went on a tear. And it's pausing at the moment. But it's going to go on a tear again. Two chains that you have to pay attention to is probably going to be Toncoin and Sui. Probably going to have to pay attention to those. Cardano, Sleeping Giant, going to have to pay attention to that one. But if it keeps slipping, you have a lot of stuff that's going on with Cardano this year. You've got the constitutional vote and all that good stuff. But it can't just be the vote. It can't just be the vote. They need to start talking about what they're doing. Like Vitalik Buterin will come out and say, oh, we're working on this, we're doing this, and da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is what's on our mind, yada, yada, yada. Oh, quantum computing, blah, 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 blah. They see what he's doing. They're letting you know, hey, these are things that really are on our mind. Right? Charles Hoskinson and his team don't do that. They keep it quiet. I understand you keep it quiet, but then don't complain that the coin is doing so poorly and that other projects are doing better than you in terms of development. Just saying. You're out of the top 10. Just saying. I mean, look at Avalanche at 10. Look at Shiba Inu at 10. Imagine if Shiba Inu, which I'm going to tell you now, I love Shiba Inu. And I love Cardano too. But it's highly possible that Shiba Inu could definitely bunny hop Cardano. Highly possible. That's all within range. People say, oh, Chainlink isn't doing anything. Chainlink's making moves as well. Chainlink, when you look at the top 25 coins, they're all doing something. They're doing something to maintain their status. Now, the one to me that's not doing anything, Doge. Doge to me is not doing jack. They've got one cheerleader, and I can't stand their cheerleader. I do hold a small bag of Doge, but I'm looking at Doge and I'm like, yeah, you don't do jack, but these other coins are doing jack. 20 is not that far away from 10. And it seems like Cardano and Avalanche do something. They do it in spurts. Cardano too. Cardano's like bigger spurts. Do something. But that last upgrade didn't do jack for them. Yeah, you had a nice upgrade. Bumped you up a couple of cents. Brought you from 30 to 34. Woohoo! I'm just saying, you got to start thinking about, am I going to make money? Answer is yes. How am I going to make money? Right? What is it going to be used for? How is it going to be integrated? Avalanche is used for tokenization for California's titles. They're tokenized car titles. I'm sorry, automobile titles. Trucks, buses, cars, all of it. 47 million of them being tokenized on Avalanche. Come on, if that's not crazy, just saying, pay attention to these things. People are not paying enough attention, right? You know what? It's been a minute since I've actually gone through all the coins and given a yay or nay to each one of those coins as a nod, or nod or a no. Maybe I should do that. Let me know in the comments if I should actually go through, the top 100 coins. Just sit there and evaluate the top 100 coins live. Just be like, yeah, do I like it or do I not like it? And just keep going all the way through. That could actually be interesting. That could be very interesting. Anyway, this is AJ on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button. We could really use it. And definitely sign up and subscribe. We're doing a lot over here. and we're having fun doing it. I'll see you tonight during today's Friday Flips, where it's an all-out discussion on everything crypto and even everything investing. I'm open to almost any question. Just don't ask me my weight. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.